You guys, sprecht ihr Deutsch eigentlich inzwischen?
Ein bisschen, wir verstehen alles.
Okay.
Aber we speak it like, you know, semi-so. Yeah,
English, okay.
English.
The best thing is to understand everything, but not to let everybody know that you understand it, so you can pick up on the things that they talk about you and yeah, I think that's a good idea always. You guys, I mean, I've been to Sweden a couple of weeks ago, and then Mille from the German band Creator, he texted me and he said, we're in Sweden, we are recording in Örebro. Yeah, Örebro. And it's funny because you guys, on the other hand, you come to Germany instead and record your stuff here, right?
Right. That's what we do, yeah.
So where have you been? Because it's a legendary place.
Well, the second record, Save the Nation, we recorded at Hansa Studios in the live room there with Michael Ilbert, who works there as a Swedish man, audio engineer, fantastic, award-winning dude. It just seemed like a cool idea at the time. And then the third record, I mean, Berlin is basically our second home. And we spend so much time there that it's not even worth going back to our actual home sometimes. But we have a lot of friends there. We have a lot of people we like to work with. Our management's there, our label's there. So it just seems pretty natural that we would have our base of operations in Germany, actually.
Mm-hmm. When you recorded at Hansa, did you feel the spirit of Bowie and Depeche Mode and all these people that have been there?
I don't know. We were recording Collapse one day, and Michael was like, "Guys, this is the corner where I can't remember. Was it Bowie?"
There's like 4 bathroom tiles lined up in a little corner to get the special acoustic for hand claps. Yeah. So that's where we went and did the hand claps for I don't know which song, Strangers. Yeah.
Also like the place where Bowie recorded all his vocals or something. So
but you didn't sort of like, you know, think it's a great deal. It's just, you know, it's another studio.
There was always a lot of creepy people hanging out outside. There was like, can we get in? Is there a tour? And then there was a lot of tourists or tourist agencies that didn't actually have permission to enter Hansa, but they just announced that maybe we can go in, or we could go in for sure, like when you bought the ticket. And then when you got there, like, maybe we can't go in, let's see if we can sneak in, I'll knock. Yes.
I mean, it's definitely cool, but I mean, in the end, we kind of learned, especially with the second album, I believe, that we need to work harder on the music that you bring into the studio. Because in the end, it's like, it doesn't really matter what studio you go to, as if your songs don't rock, you know, all the way, so...
So you guys, we just talked before the interview. You're still in Malmö, I guess, you know. So and you told me a funny story about a band that I like that's also from Malmö about the sounds.
Yeah, they rehearse below us, and they also have a studio there. So every time we rehearse, we get shit from them because my drums are all over their vocals, vocal takes.
We have a similar problem. Yeah. Your drums are all over my vocals. That's
Is it like, I mean, the scene, particularly Sweden, there's so much great stuff coming from Sweden, I think, musically in the past, you know, centuries almost, you know, because I think at some point it started, of course, with ABBA, you know, everybody loves ABBA and stuff, and then it sort of it has it seems to have a different value there, making music, playing music, instead of like the Germans. Like if you're a musician in Germany, you're looked at kind of like, yeah, he's a musician, you know. But I think in Sweden it's a different deal. I think I heard that even like school bands, they get supported by the government and stuff.
It's funny, a lot of people say this like you get support from the government. I believe we never heard of any such thing, and we tried. We needed it badly. We still need it, but I mean, but I mean, we still, as opposed to that one. I mean, I still get the whole thing when I go to meet new people. I go with friends or whatever, and you know, they go, "What do you do for a living?" I'm in a band. Yeah, but what's your job? Right. You know. So people don't look at it that way. But I mean, there are a lot of bands and artists coming from Sweden. I like a lot of rock bands paved the way for us to, you know, the Hives, Backyard Babies, Soundtrack of Our Lives, Swedish bands that came out to Europe because, you know, we can't stay in Sweden. Swedish bands need to get away from Sweden because there's no live market there for live bands such as us and the aforementioned. So that's a big reason why a lot of bands come to Germany in particular, I think.
Do you all know each other there? I mean, is it like a small scene? Do we all meet each other at some point? No.
We meet in Trash Talk Germany all the time, like weekly meetings. No, it's not really. I mean, I have no. For instance, I can't name one single new band in Malmö right now.
Right.
It's really tough to, you know, like I said, with the live market and thing. I believe how many live venues do we have in Malmö? It's like. There's KB, which is like the major one that most bands come to play from all over.
And what's the small one?
It's gone. The one that used to be there, Bodoni. It's not there anymore. So there's like very few places for bands to actually emerge. So I guess you know, get on your computer.
It's kind of weird because Malmö feels like a really punk rock city.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
I was really surprised on Monday when we went to see Danko.
Yeah.
It was packed. Like there's a Malmö festival going on right now. It's a city festival, and the main square holds about 15,000 people. And Danko Jones, one of our, you know, heroes from back in the day, is, you know, he's not the most attractive, you know, band to put on a Monday evening at 7 o'clock in a town. It was absolutely packed. I couldn't believe it. And I went to see Ting Zik the other night, like, which is big Swedish artist that should have at least as many people. And there was like half, you know. So apparently there are people hiding under the rocks, you know, rockers coming out. So there's hope. Yeah.
What do you guys spend your time with when you're not sort of, you know, playing music and stuff? What else do you do? Do you have to do other jobs still? Because you mentioned, you know, some musicians, of course.
We have to, but we don't. No, I don't. What the hell do we do?
I sit by my PlayStation and work my way up at FIFA. I play like every single mode there is, and now FIFA 17 is coming out in a month, so I have a few things more that I got to tick off on the 16, and then I'll get started on this September 29. I play football. We enjoy cooking, the both of us. We still didn't have a proper cook-off. We should totally do that.
A chili.
A chili challenge.
Yeah.
That sounds great. And you know the Do Nots, of course, you know, because they took you on tour at some point in Germany. Yeah, they're friends of mine. So you know, that's another German band that you guys are familiar with. Other bands that are at this festival, do you know anybody? Have you met anybody yet?
Well, we have Alex Morfagang, who had, you know, friends of ours, and our light guy is playing the guitar in that band, and we have some other people there that we worked with off and on. So that's up and comer that you should all watch out for.
Montreal was here.
Montreal was here, yeah. They're not playing, are they?
No, they're just here to chill.
They're not playing. I guess I had a bit of an encounter with NoFX the last time we were here, so I'm a bit nervous as to what's going to happen. I don't think he recognized me yet. I accidentally insulted them. I didn't mean to. It was just a joke.
What'd you do?
It was 2013. We were playing with Billy Talent a couple of shows in Italy that summer, and they were headlining one of the nights here. So I was standing like at the front of the house watching Billy Talent with the rest of the guys, and I was smashed and everything. And he went, "So you guys excited about NoFX tomorrow?" You know? And everyone goes, "Yeah." And I'm drunk, so I'm just gonna go, "No," you know? And they said, "No, you guys excited about NoFX tomorrow?" "Yeah, no." And then someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around, and it's Fat Mike. And he's like, "Dude, we're already here." Like completely for real, you know? And I didn't mean to offend them at all. I was just like, you know, I was just making fun. But it was not a good start to our relationship. So if you see them around, maybe just...
It's a good end.
Because in reality you like what they do? Okay, enough said.
Tonight we'll tell.
Yes,
Tonight we'll tell.
They're entertaining, just not at playing music. Maybe.
gonna be one of
No,
those.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that on TV.
You did say that on TV. It's irreversible.
So other than that, I mean, do you enjoy going to festivals yourself still? I mean, do you do that,
I
or?
don't have time. Honestly, like over the last, since we started this band, there was no time. Because we play at every festival. We're away we had 1 weekend off since May this year.
Wow.
So it's tough, like squeezing it in, really. And on the few days you have at home, like it's, you know, we tour for 4 days and then we go home for 3 and then we blah, 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 on and off. So you gotta just catch your rest, because summer tends to be pretty heavy on the sauce, especially when you're like in this setting, hanging out with friends and bands, and you know, look, there's ocean, oh, not ocean, more like a lake, and green trees and ping pong table, and like.
People think we don't work, but it's actually not the case. We work all the time.
Right.
But it's still, I mean, going into the music business, I think it's still one of the reasons is, of course, that you don't really have to grow up, right?
I think you really need I think a lot of people go into it that way, and then sooner or later you kind of hit the wall. Like, okay, wow, I'm human or whatever. Especially as a vocalist, you gotta take care of your voice. It sounds shitty, boring, and it's terrible, but it's not as. It's crazy sometimes, and it's fun, and it's the stuff you know and hear about. But it's also like you need to watch out for yourself. That's our main priority, always has been. We're not Motley Crue. At least not officially. We're very much like about our performance and about, you know, people come to see the show, they should get what they came for. That's our main priority.
Seems like a very Swedish attitude somehow to me.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, very much.
Do you know of Zlatan Ibrahimovic?
Zlatan
It's
Ibrahimovic.
not really his attitude.
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's exceptions always, you know. So, okay. So you gonna watch another band as well tonight, or Rammstein maybe?
Hopefully, yeah, Rammstein. I have my brother along. We have a whole gang along today. A lot of family and friends with us today, and I believe a lot of people are seeing Rammstein for the first time. So I'll be curious. I'll be standing there filming them the whole time, just getting the reactions. No, it's going to be cool. We played with Rammstein, I think 4 times this summer, but there was always something in the way. Like a download, the PA broke down. Southside didn't happen because of the rain, and on Hurricane the day before we had to leave to go to Southside, which was then canceled. So hopefully...
Well, we kind of left early because we could see them on Southside anyway. So we were like, yeah, let's just see them on Southside. And
were you cancelled at the festivals this year?
Southside.
Yeah.
Everything was canceled. Yeah. Hurricane, we just made it. We played our set, and the second we thank you, good night, it was like off, you know. Wow. So yeah, let's cross fingers. Fingers crossed for tonight.
Okay, thank you guys.